And what is going on YouTube? Just another gaming channel, bringing you just another video. So guys, I've been playing this for a couple of weeks now, but I've not really recorded any. It's Frontier Elite Dangerous, you know, it's a space combat simulator explorer. If we go into the galaxy map over here, well, let me just show you the system map. So this is the system we're in right now. There's actually a community goal here, which I do them every week, or until they're completed, because you can get like tens of millions first if you come in like the top 10% or whatever. Well, this is the star system I'm in right now. It's a dual system, and the detail of this game is phenomenal. Each star, if you click on it, has information about it. So does each planet. These with the circles around you can land on and mine, and your vehicle has an option to have a SVU, like a vehicle, a land vehicle, so you can land on the planet anywhere you want. Get in the vehicle and deploy it and drive around. You can tell your ship to launch into orbit, and it'll come back and land wherever you want it to next time. So I'm here right now. These icons are basically, I've got two missions to submit here. This is where the community goal is, so I'm going to go do some of that in a minute. And the reason I'm recording it is I thought, a lot of the time, pretty much 99% of the time so far, I've spent doing community goals or missions, which is basically I've picked all the missions that are non-combat. Basically, I'm jumping from star system to star system, delivering things, coming back, doing it again, repeat and rinse. So I didn't think you guys would want to see much of that, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't. Although, so that's the system map. But if we go into the galaxy map, just to show you this game, this is the star system I'm in. Every dot I here are stars. These are all the routes, trading routes. Now, if we actually zoom out, so I'm here. The icons with the orange dots means these are star systems that I've got missions at. So this star system, for example, is 9.4 light years away. My current jump drive in the craft that I've got is upgraded, and it's can do about a 27 light year jump, which is pretty good. You start off with a ship that can do about a 5 light year jump. So just here, you can see all these little dots, these stars. There's thousands of stars just within this little area. So when we start to zoom out, so these are other star systems that I've got, well, issues of interest. The blue marker means I've bookmarked them. The purple marker is something else, which I don't really need to go into now, but they're important locations, hence why they're marked in purple. But we can zoom out and you can see that tiny little area there is basically where I'm at the moment, and you can travel anywhere in this galaxy, all the way across the other side, which is thousands of light years. And when you zoom in, look at all these little dots. Look at all those. These are all stars you can visit with planets. Okay. Now these are probably most of these are uninhabited, because there's what we call the bubble, which is where human beings currently, essentially, they inhabit a certain area. So if we go across to the map type, we can have a look at realistic, which it's on at the moment. We can look at map version, which when you zoom in has got. Start to zoom in a little bit more. It starts to add all these different coloured routes, mean different things. For trading routes, mineral heavy systems, systems that are Federation based, Alliance based. We can do power play as well. If we go to power play, guys, so each area is basically a group of systems, hundreds, sometimes thousands of systems in someone's control. There's 11 people in control of the human. So that's the bubble. Okay, this area here, which covers tens of thousands of star systems. It probably covers about 50 to 60. No, I'm saying no, it's more than that. I'd say this covers about probably 200 to 300, maybe 400,000 star systems. The green is Federation, the blue is Empire, and then there are independent, there are Alliance worlds, there are independent colonies. They're all part of big power play groups. So I support Felicia Winters. She's the president of the Federation. She's the fourth most powerful person in the galaxy, and you can affect the power group, and you can affect the power dynamics in this game. When you get the reputation to sign up to align yourself with a faction. I align myself with the Federation, in particular, what the president. You can conquer systems, take control of them, influence them, all sorts of things. And this map will change. this power map dynamic is constantly changing because there are millions of players playing this game every day, and they're all aligned to different people. You've got tens of thousands aligned to Federation, and well, hundreds of thousands probably, same to Imperial systems. So I've not explored more than about 200 odd light. No, the most I've explored is about 300 light years distance from where I started, which covers hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of star systems, guys. Absolutely hundreds. But anyway, I'm going to go back to realistic. So I'm currently in this small section here, and these lines are basically trade routes or whatever routes to different star systems, which I can turn. You can the complexity of this map. You can turn everything off. Basically, you can turn so much things off. I can show friend markers, wing markers, missions, community goals, engineers. Turn all those off. It's the same. It's the same with, you know, you can show the fastest routes to where you want to jump to different systems. You can plot the most economical routes. The amount of things you can actually do on this is unbelievable. So you can view by allegiance, government type, economy. All these things are showing state. But I like to go allegiance just because they're the main for. But then down here you can show all the trade routes for metals, minerals. You can view different star. You can organize it where you can show star types, population, different star types. Because one of the things you can buy for your starship, for example, is a fuel scoop. Now fuel's not expensive, but some people on YouTube and in the game have actually done like full series where they're currently doing a trip through the galaxy. So they've taken a certain route and they've found, with millions of people playing, some people have explored, like this is what, 20, 30, 40,000 light years away probably. There's some people that have done entire routes across the galaxy. Now aliens do exist in this universe, in this galaxy, in this universe of Frontier Elite, and we were at war with them hundreds of years ago and they vanished, but they're back. Organic alien technology, crash ships, bases, we're starting to see them repopulate the galaxy. Now things like this dark patch here, for example, is a nebula, I do believe, and you can actually, there'll be star systems within the nebula, and when you jump inside these areas, there'll be hundreds of stars inside this nebula. And don't forget, guys, like this is a galaxy with ups and downs. So you zoom out, and if I were to show the map view and zoom into, say, this area, I'd be below the galactic plane, but there'd be thousands of star systems I could visit. It really is crazy. And I mean, look, you can see all these little dots are all stars, guys. They're all stars, and it is mind-boggling. It really is. Look at this. You can visit. Every one of these has got planets. You can visit it. You can scan it. You can land on planets, mine asteroids. You can go to battle. You can join the military. This is a phenomenal game. If you like No Man's Sky, you're going to love this. This is basically... I mean, look at all these stars. I keep zooming out. And boom. We keep finding them more and more. Billions and billions, hundreds of billions of stars. And you visit them all. And I've jumped between several hundred star systems, maybe a couple of thousand. But I mean, look at all these little dots. Can you see all these little dots? These are all stars you can visit, and these exist throughout the game now. All these little blue lines, I do believe, are... I'm not quite sure what they are. They're either... I don't think... They could be trade routes, but I think they might be, like, where I can jump to within... I don't know what they are exactly, but there's something. They highlight something. But it really is unbelievable, guys. So if I go back to the star system, I click on my current location, it's going to take me back down here. This is where I am. I'm not going to leave the star system just yet. I know I've got other missions here and down there. See, we just alter that. We can zoom, we can go down. Look, we keep going down. And look, stars, they're just never ending, guys. They're never ending. Billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions, hundreds of billions of stars. Look at all these. Look at all these. It is mind-blowing. It really is mind-blowing game, guys. But I didn't know whether to show it because I don't think you guys would want me to just fly around and avoid combat. I've got a good ship, guys. I've got a really good ship. This ship cost me, let me show it you. This ship cost me 6 million. It's a pretty big ship. it's an explorer class vessel. It's got a lot of utility mounts. It's got 6 weapon ports. There's a smaller version, the scout version, which is not as big. Doesn't have as many utility ports. So this is my status, for example. I'm combat rank mostly harmless. You start off as harmless, then you get to mostly harmless. But that's because I've been avoiding combat, because I've been trying to basically get money. I want to buy a ship. I currently have about 40 million credits. This ship cost me 6 million. The upgrades on it cost me about 30 million. It's an ASP Explorer class. What I want, ladies and gentlemen, is an Anaconda or a Python, but they cost around 140, 180 million respectively. Plus you're going to end up spending about another 100 million upgrades. Plus when you crash a ship or it gets destroyed by an enemy, it's 10% of the final cost to rebuy it back. So I'm going to need about 20 million to buy it back each time. But if we'll see what ships this has got. So that's a ship you start off with, guys. The Sidewinder, very terrible ship. And then these just get better and better, more expensive. I'll tell you what ships I've had. I've had the Adder, that was my next buy. I ignored the Eagle, I wanted a bigger ship, I bought that. I didn't bother with the Viper Mark III, I bought the Cobra Mark IV. Then I bought the Viper Mark IV as well. Then these are bigger transport type ships, hybrid transport combat ships. Now this is one of the ships I want, the Anaconda, 146 million. It is a massive vessel with the most, I mean, it's got the optional internals. We're talking grade 8 and 7 power plants and thrusters. Grade 8 distributors. Grade 6 shields. I mean, it comes with like high stuff. You can have 2 additional crew members, which can be other players that can sit in and control. One can control turrets, one can control the power output while you fly the ship. These bigger ships, you can have fighter craft inside them, because you won't believe how big the ship actually is. It is absolutely fucking massive. Let's have a look at the tonnage if we can find it real quick. So it's 400 tons. It can hold, I think, up to 2 fighter bays, and these other players that join your crew can launch in fighters if you're under attack. But it's got plenty of weapon systems, and this is a particularly good ship, which I want desperately, so I'm saving up for it. I've been doing missions. Now, I normally do community missions, and I'll show you why if we go to the mission board. Every week, two or three community missions pop up, and they run out after 6 days or when they're complete. This one is to attack, is to defend players or people in the star system against pirates. So either you go to a resource extraction site where people mine for materials, and then lots of pirates invade to try and mine. Now I'm in the top 75% of people in the list of people that have joined this mission. That means I'm in the top 75% of amount of vessels killed and the bounty for those. Now, I was within the top 50% after a couple of hours, and then that was a few days ago. Didn't play yesterday, and I came on today, and I wasn't even in with the top 100. So we're actually going to go do a bit of combat, and I'll try and talk you through it. So now, for those that do watch this, you're probably already a fan of the game, so you're going to know this. Now, the reason I love this game is, well, Frontier Elite 2, which came out on the Amiga on a 3.5-inch floppy disk.
Ship detach complete. Departure authorized.
Okay, we've got an upgrade. Sorry, we've got an update on something. Damn it, okay, never mind. Okay, so, yeah, you can join the military. Well, my military grade's currently been upgraded. There's certain ships that you can buy, but you can only buy them. The massive combat ships, like, huge, like hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of tons. But you can only buy them when you're like an admiral or rear admiral in the Federation Navy or the Imperial Navy, different alliances. So I will be eventually trying to get my rank up, but it's slowly going up. As I do certain missions for the Federation, my rank goes up, but I'll be a long way up. So we're not going to be jumping to any star system. We're going to be going to a resource extraction site. So to show you my ship, we have cameras. Let me bring up my... Oh, sorry, let me just take this back off and bring up my landing gear. So, now just to show you guys, just for those that don't know, there are many planets. You scan star systems. I've got the most advanced scanner, so when I jump into a system, I've got an unlimited range. Sometimes there's 44, 50 objects, planets, binary, triple star systems. This is the so basically you can scan those star systems, and you can make a lot of money off it by submitting your scans to the universe cartography sector, and they're at every space station or planet now. Most of them anyway. This is where I was just docked. I do have a docking computer. Now, for those that experienced players, you're going to laugh at that and say it's like dishonourable to have one. I agree. But docking is very difficult. It's very hard to come to grips with when you start playing this game. But I can do it fine now. The only reason I have one at the moment is for convenience. And as soon as I don't need it, I won't take it. Now, ships just scanned me. That could have been a computer or an actual player. And they want to see if I've got any good cargo and they want to attack. But we're going to go just here. This is 45 light seconds away, so we have to enter Super Cruise, and we're going to hit the boosters real quick just to get away from the space station. You can't enter Super Cruise while every mass locks with a gravitator. So this star system, this resource is actually on a ring system of this planet. You can't see the ring system yet, but I'm sure we will when we get there. If I'm actually looking at the right planet, I could be. There's many resource sites in this system. Yeah, there's a ring system. So we're going to be. So we're traveling 7.10 million meters a second. Oh, we need to slow down. Desperately need to slow down. Now there's a ring system. Now what's amazing, this ring looks smooth and tiny, but it's actually thousands of miles, or tens of thousands of miles worth of asteroids, and when we get close enough to drop out of Super Cruise, you're going to see it. You're going to see all the asteroids that you've got to avoid. And people come here to mine these areas, but pirates do attack. So you have to drop out of Super Cruise, you can double tap triangle to forcibly drop out, but it damages your ship slightly. Or you can you have to be doing less than 1,000 kilometers a second when you enter the particular zone that you need to drop out, which we're doing 400 kilometers a second, and it's saying slow down, but don't worry, and we can drop out right now. Okay, here we are. So I'm gonna, if you see the 3 bars on the right of the ship diagram, that diagram is my shields and my hull. There's 3 dots on my system energy, my engine energy, my weapons. We're going to transfer everything to weapons so that my weapons regenerate faster. And we're just going to give it a second. I'm going to start to find ships. So there's one. I'm going to bring out the weapons just ready. So I've got 2 burst lasers, 2 multi-cannons and 2 pulse lasers. Now the multi-cannons are level 2 and the burst and pulse lasers are level 1. They're the lowest level you can get. On the bigger ships you get like level 4, 5, 6, you know, you get some really high level stuff. So that's, we've scanned that ship, it's clean. The reason my tracker's moving on my weapons is because I've got auto tracking. Well, I've got assist. So someone's scanning me, see if I've got cargo, is going to want to attack. See if I've got, it could be another player, see if I've got a warrant. It could be a computer player, just because this, yeah, here we go. So we're starting to get scanned. We're going to try and find somebody. Don't attack them unless they're wanted. So there's another guy. We're going to scan him, Imperial. It's good chances that he's, yeah, he's wanted. So we're going to go kick his ass, guys. We'll get a little boost, get closer. Now, he's only an Eagle, he's quite a small vessel, I do believe. But I hope I'm right. We're going to hit him if we're not careful, shit. Okay, we're going to drop out here. Back. We're just going to open up on him, okay? Okay, I wasn't meaning to shoot him such a small amount then, I kind of screwed up. Okay, but here we go. So opening up with lasers there, tracking him. There are defences that will halt the attacking. But that's locking on. I've got multi-cannons. That other circle is the multi-cannons, which are basically miniguns. They're particularly good against the hull. Okay, so his shields are gone. So you just heard the computer tell me that. So, but I use all my weapons. I don't just. And the multi-cannon is basically miniguns, and they don't have tracking on, so I'm leading the target. Look, that little circle is like, if I get roughly that area, I'll hit the guy. But I'm going to use my laser weapons as well. I'm under attack, but my ship is considerably. My ship is massive compared to his, and Okay, its hull's at 87%. Nah, lasers do recharge. Ooh, did he destroy somebody? Ooh, I got him. 12,000 credits, not that good. Sometimes you can get hundreds of thousands, and at the higher level resource zones you can get millions. Okay, so someone else is under attack. I'm gonna boost down there. Is he wanted or is he a bad guy? What's going on? He's clean, so the other guy's a bad guy, so that's got to be him. No, clean him. Yeah, he's wanted. I'm gonna open up on him. I might not get much of this bounty, if any. Sometimes it doesn't just give it you if you're involved in the attack. So again, I'm fighting not very good ships, which is fine because I just want to get kills for the community bounty. It's the end goal that's important. So that green laser I just fired is a. I've got utility mods, 4 of them, which is quite a lot. Some only have 1, some only have 2. I've got 4. 3 of them I've put Class A shield boosters on to boost my shield capacity, and the other one I've got a missile defense system. I did have 3 missile defense systems on, but it seems 1's enough. Basically, when they launch missiles at me, this thing fires lasers at them, destroys the missiles. So I rarely get hit by missiles, basically. That's how it goes. So it keeps firing because someone's launching missiles at me. Okay. Okay, there we go, 58,000. And again, when I turn these in here, they go towards the main community goal. Now that finishes 6 days after initiation, or whenever it reaches level 8. So the green guys, these are system defense forces. These are on my side. These help with the bounties. But sometimes you have to wait around, so this is why I didn't bother before in the past with lower level ships. Plus I had really bad ships. Now I've got a good ship that we can have a look at the modules that I've got. It doesn't tell you what. Okay, so I've got a level 6C shield generator. I could get a 6A, but a 6A is 28 million, I think. I could be wrong, it could be 6 million, but whatever the cost, it's a great amount. I wish I had them, but I don't. So I've got a 6C. You start with a 6E on this ship. You start with a grade E on everything. So I've got 5C thrusters, 6C. So I've got 3 level A shield boosters. I've got 5B sensors, 4B life support, 4A, the best power distributor I could get. These are the best weapons I could get. You don't just get these sorts of lasers. There are at least a dozen types of weapons: railguns, kinetic weapons, miniguns, dual cannons, pulse lasers, beam lasers, all sorts of stuff. We've got life support, got my docking computer, my point defense system, which is what's been attacking the missiles when it's launching them at me. Advanced discovery scanner, and that's brilliant. It cost me millions, but it's basically an unlimited scanner. For any new star system I jump into, I can scan it, and it'll scan every planet to tell me what's out there. Because you'll jump in and you start off with a basic scanner which only has about a 500 light second range. Some star systems are 50-60,000 light years in diameter. You know, like some that have got 3 stars. Those stars are 20-30,000 light seconds apart. I mean, it's a big distance. So as you can see, a lot of the time, I know at the start of the video I just spent a lot of time explaining, and that's really for those that you know, are not used to this sort of thing. But particularly in these types of bounties, you can spend some time waiting for new NPCs or other players that are wanted to try and cause shit. So I'm being scanned probably by system defense ships to see if I'm wanted. If I am, they detect me on sight. So we were looking at the ship camera. So this is my ship. Now I can go to free camera. I can zoom in and out, and just to show you how big my ship actually is. There's a cockpit, and there's 2 cockpits. I can, like I said, I can have another player join my crew. Sits there, but there I am, little old me, and the ship's pretty damn big. Now they are working on an update where you can get up and walk through your doors and walk around ships, which will be great. Absolutely amazing to do that. While you're flying through a star system, you can just jump up and go and sink your ship. But Let's get back off of free cam. So I want to show you guys the different views. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, sorry, I'm boosting my engines. My bad. Let's slow down a bit. So we're going to go back into camera system. Okay, there we go. We're just going to toggle through camera system. That's bottom of the ship. We can actually look inside my cockpit, and if I go free roam, well, I'm moving around. See, as I'm moving the joystick, I'm moving the ship. I was free roam, but I'm still moving. I don't quite understand. I'm going to zoom out a bit anyway. And this is my awesome ship. From top of the cockpit, remember there's a room this size just below me where another person can sit. Here I am at my controls. Very nice, very nice. I'm going to do free camera here. I'll zoom out a bit. And I can't for some reason. There we go. Let's have a quick look. Now, I've had ships with bigger cockpits, but the ship's a lot bigger. This is just quite small. I've had ships where there's like 2 or 3 seats inside. But we can move across again. Just zoom out a bit. It's not a bad sized cockpit area, considering there's one directly below me, which I'll show you now. There it is. It's empty. Go free zoom. We'll zoom out. So another person can sit and control power distributions. That's quite a nice view, actually. It's quite cool, that. So there I am. My weapons are out still. Put those away. There we go. So I've got those 2 miniguns on top. I've got 4 lasers on the bottom. Your ships have got lights, so you can light. If you fly past a big ship, you can put your lights on if it's damaged and check out the damage. Dark planets that you're, or bases that you're entering on. Dark side of moons or planets. But I think brilliant. Thanks, absolutely brilliant, this game. It was a Kickstarter as well, because the original games went out of development years ago. So you can do free. You can look around your cockpit. You press your R3 button, and you can use your axis where you tilt your pad. So this panel down here is basically, if I've got a fighter bay, I can enter my fighter and launch myself while my ship stays on automatic, and it'll automatic. You can give it commands to stay on course, engage, follow you and protect you, or you can get other players that can do that while you're launching a fighter. If you invite other players into your ship, they'll happily join and help usually. Or you can land on a planet and launch your SRV, and then you just simply tell your ship to land on a planet where you are again, and you can ride your SUV, and there's a docking port on the bottom. We'll lift, you go underneath it, and the ship will bring you back up and dock you. We tilt the pad to the right, you get a good view of the cockpit, and it brings up all the different modules that you need to use while you're playing this game. And there's a lot of things to use, guys. It looks overwhelming, and it is at first, but you know, having this free view is beautiful, isn't it? I mean, this is just one little area of one star system in a galaxy that's got neutron stars, black holes, magnetars, white red giants, G-type stars. It's got white dwarfs. It's got massive white stars, like absolutely massive super giant stars, and just everything really. So we've been flying away for quite a while. My bad. I need to. So we're 19 kilometers away. So we're going to just put everything into engine. We're going to fully boost up. Full engine power. We're going to get a quick over boost with thrusters. Just get down there. Back to see if there's anything else we can kill. Now I'm going to make this a short video because unless there's nothing else, no one else turns up here. I mean, there are other resource extraction sites I could fly to, which I guess we'll do before we leave this area. When we leave this, before I turn the video up. But I'm going to make this a short video just to test, see if people are interested, because at the moment, again, it's a grind for me, doing mainly main missions and delivery missions and community missions, which often just mean a system that's building a space station doesn't have certain metals or resources, and the system, so you go and find a star system that does, and you find multiple star systems, the closest one if possible. You go and buy a shitload of stuff, bring it back to the station and sell it to them, and then you get put on the community list. And it's the goal at the end of it, guys. It's you want to be as high as possible at the end, so you get, you know, 20-30 million credits plus whatever global rewards there are. So look how dark it is now. Ooh. So we can come a bit closer to this. I'm going to put the ship's lights on. But you can't notice them there. Let's get a bit closer. They are actually powerful and they do work. We're going to slow down a bit. Come on, slow down, slow down. Put the ship's lights on. There we go. So they do actually work pretty well. And we're not going to need them for where we're going. So we found some things on radar now. So we're going to go and try and have a little look. And the controls can be very... This game is... The frustration level on this game when you first get it is extremely high because it is a very complex game. There's a lot of information. The control of the ship is very awkward when if you've not played in years. Or I mean, I haven't played this sort of game in 25 years, and I bought it for the Mac, and I just couldn't do it with keyboard and mouse. So after 20 minutes, I never played it again. And then it came out for PS4, and I'm like, yes. But before I played the game, I went and did all the training missions, and I did each mission multiple times until I felt comfortable with the ship, and it worked. And now, like what the moves I'm doing seems very easy, and they are to me second nature now. But for a new player, this type of simple movement, especially through an asteroid field, will be extremely difficult because gravity changes. You get mass locked by the asteroids. So these are good guys. He might not be. Let's go check. Please don't be bad. Please don't be a good guy. He's going to be good, isn't he? Oh, he's party. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's mining. So I'm reversing right now. I need to go forward. So I'm mass locked by this. So the controls change when you're mass locked, guys. The way the controls work. And that's a Sidewinder. It's the very first ship. It's about 25 tons. Shipamin's about, ooh, is it 400 tons or 300 tons or something? 270 tons. I can't quite remember. It's pretty big. But it looks like there's no ships here at the moment, which can happen. Last time I came here, I took out 5 or 6 ships in a row, which were great, and now I've taken out 1, or maybe 2. Did I take out 2? And now just as we're going to boost away to get a bit of distance, so we're not mass locked, and then so I could go to the conflict zone, but the resource hazardous zone, the bigger, more powerful ships, and a lot of them now. I've tried this before. I've only won 1 fight there, and I can't afford to get destroyed because I've got a lot of cargo on board that I'm doing for other missions. So we're going to go to the other. There's plenty of resource extraction sites in here. If there's asteroid belts or stars, anything. So there's one that's 1,000 light seconds away nearly. Could go there, but we're going to go to the one that's 166 light seconds away. And there she goes. There she flows. So that's another planet. Now look how big this ring system is. Just this ring of this planet. I'm halfway through it, and if I were to try and fly to the end of it, it would probably take me, I don't know, what, 10 hours in real time? I mean, I can use my boost like that, but I don't know how long it would take, but this is why Super Cruise exists, which is brilliant. So this is basically, you can reach multiples of light speed, and then you've got your frameshift drive, which you enter hyperspace to actually go to other star systems, which is many thousands of times the speed of light. So look at this. I mean, look how big this place is. I'm still in its course, but I'm traveling 4 million meters per second at the moment. Here we go. Put that power into engines. We're going to go visit this other extract site. It's another planet in the system that's got a ring system. You can see the ring system. Now, the artificial lines that you see, they're orbit zones, and basically show moons, space stations orbiting. They appear in Super Cruise. You can turn them off if you want to record a more realistic video. You can turn them off, but it's good to keep them on because when you're fueling, when you're gathering fuel from your fuel scoop at a nearby star, there's a certain area you're not supposed to enter. If you do, you take massive heat damage from your ship, and if you don't boost out of there, you just get destroyed from your heat damage. So it lets you know don't go below this point, and the same with certain planets that you can't land on. You get too close to them, and yeah, you basically take damage, get destroyed. So it's good to have these little indicators on. So we're 53 light seconds away, and 42 seconds at current speed. So we're going to boost that a little bit. But if you go too fast, you can overshoot. The gravity of the planets and the moons will drag you in and speed you up, so you have to be very careful. So I was 42 seconds away, now I'm 12 seconds away. But my speed is slowing to match it, so it will stay at 12 seconds for a long time, unless I boost faster slightly, which I'll do here real quick. But even that can be too much, so you got to try and slow down. Oh shit, I'm only 8 seconds away, but I'm slowing down enough where, you know, I'm 8 seconds away. If I dropped out of Super Cruise now, I'd probably be 50-60 days of real-time flight to get there. Which you can leave your computer to do. You can leave your PlayStation on and fly there in real time. It'll take 60 actual days, 60 24-hour days. So I think it's brilliant. So 22 million meters per second. And it's slowing down for me, 16 seconds away. We'll boost that up a little bit. Go, we need to slow down now. Okay, it's you want to get there, but you got to be careful not to overboost it. It's when you're approaching, you've got to get below 1,000 kilometers a second, and within a certain distance and speed, you can then safely drop out to Super Cruise. I mean, look at that, it's beautiful, isn't it? The sun is reflecting off the rings. We're coming in, looks like we're going to crash. It looks like fluffy smoke stuff, but we drop out at Super Cruise. I've tried delivering these, but for some reason I can't. Oh crap. Whoa. Yep, you could hear the ship beeping because I almost got my ass kicked. Okay, we're going to slow down a little bit. We're going to try and find a ship to scan. Let's get my weapons out. There we go. There we go, there's one. Oh, I saw a weapon fire then. Here we go. This guy can get his ass kicked. He's part of the mafia. He's part of a mafia. Okay, that's cool. Put everything into weapons so they everything reheats because they overheat. And if you've got your weapons power increased to max, the heat cools down a lot faster. So my multi-cannon's reloading. There we go, it's back. God, these fucking shields are tough, holy shit. It's a big fucking ship, that's why. I realised how big what ship I was going up against. It's a pretty good ship, that. Okay, shields are down. My multi-cannons are reloading. There we go. Multi-cannons do more damage against these sorts of ships than... So my shields are taking a real pounding right now. There we go. So I need to put my energy into system to regen them faster. My shields are almost gone, and I can start taking more damage. Yeah, I'm shit under attack, mate. It's pulling back around me, damn it. The shields are nearly back. Come on. Okay, I'm taking a good ass kicking now. My shields are offline. I've got 2 into system, so they're not regenerating very quickly. I need to try and stay on his backside, but it's just not going to happen at the moment. I could do some help off my so-called friends. Incoming missile. Pulse laser malfunction. Okay. Okay, I'm still doing damage. That's cool. I'm taking damage. Oh shit, I'm taking a lot of damage. Okay. I'm gonna boost out here, put my things away. Shit. I need to try and hide a little bit. I've taken more damage than I wanted to. Point defense system is firing. That's good. I'm putting everything into system now, trying to fly through the asteroids. See, this is a low level. All these green guys should be helping me, but they're not. Target destroyed. Damn it! He must have flown into a goddamn asteroid. And I took a lot of damage. I didn't get the bounty for it. That's a bit frustrating. My shields are finally online, but they're not at the best level. So we're going to try and find another guy. And I didn't realise who I was, like, the ship I was attacking was pretty powerful. So this big ship here is the Anaconda, and it's massive. And it don't look like it, but it really is big. That little fighter behind it, I think it's trying to dock with it. There are a lot of ships here, but we need to find one that didn't kick my ass. Well, okay, I'm 69% damaged. Now the thing is, I had an auto repair system that could repair my modules, and I took it off because I was going to do something different. I really feel like I should go and put it back in. Now I can go back to the space station and repair my ship. You can't repair hull damage at the moment. Damn it.
Target destroyed. Scan detected.
Damn it, it's another outback. It's another Diamondback. Damn it, it's so powerful. Like, in my current state, the modules are the issue. They're the things you can repair, but if you lose like your power system, you can't use anything. You can't use anything. I don't want to fight that because that's as good a ship as mine. With just as powerful weapons, shields and everything. So what I'm going to have to do, guys, is go back to the space station, and that's absolutely fine, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh, I'm under attack, brilliant. That's okay, we're going to super cruise out of here. Not quite yet, we're not, because we're frame shot. Here we go. So basically what I need to do is go back. I need to repair my hull. Now there is a new update coming out where you're going to be able to repair your hull, but at the moment you can only repair your modules. But that's important, because if all your weapon modules get damaged, you've got no goddamn weapons. If your thrusters get damaged, you can't move your ship. You're just a floating target. If you lose your power module, you've got no power going to anything, including life support. Your cargo hatch will flop open and all the cargo you've got. Now the reason I didn't attack the other ship is because I've taken not that much damage, but enough. But on top of that, I've got other missions on cargo that I can't afford to lose, because you get fined or you lose your reputation for it. And I've got about 10 ongoing missions at the moment. I just came here to do this because I thought it'd be interesting as a first episode to show you guys. And then I essentially got my ass kicked. That ship did get destroyed, but not by me, and that's frustrating. Because I did some, I got shields down, but he's got good weapons. He took my shields down. I've got shield boosters, I've got military grade hull plating, I've got some serious kit on the ship, and I got my ass handed to me essentially. That's fine. So we're going to come back here. Yes, we're going to use the auto dock to dock. I'm sorry guys, it's just so convenient. It really is so convenient. But once I've saved up a few hundred million and bought the ship of my dreams, we'll be going to explore uncharted areas of the galaxy. See if we can run into those aliens now. The aliens have been reintroduced into the game, and they will be being fully introduced at some point in a later update. And people have been asking if we're going to go to war with them, and the developer says that depends on how we treat them. So if a certain amount of the community decide to open fire on them and attack them, then chances are we're going to end up at war with these aliens. If people try and build relationships and develop trade technology, their technology is far more advanced than ours. The only reason we won the war last time, a couple hundred years ago, was because we developed a pathogen and a biological weapon that almost destroyed their entire race. Except in a 2000 Frontier Elite First Contact for the PC, I think it was 2002, you played a human who actually went to get the cure and give it to him because she didn't want to be responsible for the genocide of an entire species. But they took the cure, they retreated to unknown parts of the galaxy, and they're finally coming back into areas. They're not back in the human bubble. The human bubble comprises of about 1,000 light years in any direction from the center up down in a 360-degree radius. About 1,000 light years, which is a big amount. But some explorers have travelled 22,000 light years and set up a colony all the way up the other side of the galaxy, and then they've stumbled across the aliens, and the ships have been powered down, and aliens scan players, and it's quite an amazing thing to see on YouTube. I just wanted to happen to me because I think it'd be amazing. There's huge alien ships crashed in planets, and you can land your ship and then get in your SRV, drive on the planet and go inside the alien ship, access the doors and controls and go inside. And there's all sorts of puzzles, and you can scan things and decode signals, and the community as a whole have figured out where these signals have been directed to, what planets. They've gone to the planet and found alien structures and other craft that are crashed, and when they go near those areas, there's alien ships flying that drag humans out of hyperspace, and the ships get powered down, there's scanners, and God knows what they're doing. But so I'm trying to slow down a bit here so I'm not going too fast. Now the auto dock is a bit cheap, and you don't get it originally. It took me a while to find it, and it's, you know, relatively expensive when you first start out. You don't have enough money for anything like that, or enough space. So by that time I got really good at landing, which I am good at landing, but by the time I got good at landing, I bought it just for the ease of use. I can turn it off in the modules, or I can equip it and store it away. But I need to restock on some ammo. You get a few thousand rounds per gun, but the repair system I'm going to install on my ship actually uses ammunition. It dematerializes the metals to repair your modules with. I mean, there's hull reinforcement modules I could put into my ship, but I'm using it for cargo space at the moment to do the other missions. So really what I need to do is I need to finish the other missions and deliver the cargo. Then I need to come back here, I need to install the repair system for the modules, I need to install a module reinforcement system and a hull reinforcement module. And so what I need to do is take away 3 cargo compartments. I've got one that holds 64, but I've not got that equipped yet at the moment. I've got one that holds 32, and I've got 3 or 4 that hold 8. I can take a couple away, the 8 capacity ones, and then install repair systems, hull reinforcement systems and module reinforcement systems. So that way when I go back into battle, if I get damaged like I just did, these systems will protect me more and will also start to repair things. So we need to enter the hangar to get repaired. So a lot of players just land on these and they don't go into the hangar, but if you're at a smaller space station, I've been at space stations waiting to dock, well there's 6 other ships floating around the space station also waiting to dock. Because a lot of players, you can stay on the landing pad for about 12-15 minutes and then you get booted off or fined or shot at. But if you just enter the hangar, look, the landing pad goes back up and someone else can dock here. Someone else can land and come in here and get docked in here as well. It keeps docking ships. But they don't do it for some reason. So, fuel at 4 grand to repair, restock my ammo, the outfitting. Now I am using cargo space. I need to look at that first. I need to just drop out of here, see how much cargo space I'm using. Because if I can, I need to transfer something from another space station. In order to do that, depending on how far away it is, it could take half an hour. And this is real time. It could take 2 hours, depending on how far away it is. So I don't have it with me. So how much am I using? Ooh. All of it. So I can't. Yeah, so all this is haulage for delivery. Clothing and all these things is haulage. See, survival equipment. I should be able to turn this in. There should be a mission for me to turn in, but there isn't, and I don't quite understand why. So if we went to the market, where's the market? I'm sorry, guys. If we go to the commerce board, the commodities market. See, selling the things here is not what I'm supposed to do. I'm just supposed to deliver it. Okay, so it's telling me I don't have anything in. So that's fine, that makes sense. I shouldn't be able to sell it, but if I go here, go to the black market. This is all the main authorities. Turn in your bounties. See, it's a bit glitched. I can't move. I can't actually move from there. It's a bit annoying. It glitches at times. Go back in there. Try that again. No. Okay. Oh. Okay, here we go. So I want to turn in just the Harmer Law party. I'm saving the other bounties because there's a certain place I need to turn them in. If I turn them in at a certain colony, it's a couple hundred light years away. It's where one of the engineers is. If I turn him in, he'll finally do work for me. He can upgrade. There's 6 engineers, I think, or 8, and they all do work on different things. This guy works on, I think, multi-cannons, possibly shields, and possibly your FTL drive, your frameshift drive. Okay, but this is a bit glitchy at the moment. Here we go. Here we go. So I can turn that in. The reason I want to turn this in is because this is towards the community bounty. Okay, the others I want to keep and turn in at a different location. So for some reason, I should have a mission here. That should be delivering this survival equipment. Oh, at Marlborough City. I'm in the wrong place. So I'm in the wrong place, basically, guys. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to find this city, wherever it is. So where are you? It's in the star system. I've got a feeling it's going to be... Is it going to be on a planet? It'd be nice to land on a planet just to show you guys. There it is. No, I think it's a space station. It's 1,200 light seconds away. We're going to go there. We're going to launch. So I've repaired... Because I've got a new update for this. Basically, it told me if I deliver it within 4 minutes of when it sent the message, I'll get an extra 12 or 20 grand or whatever it was. So it's always good to try and get those done, an extra bit of cash. But what I'm going to start doing, guys, is there's certain missions where you just donate money to the cause. But it helps increase your reputation towards the Federation quite considerably. And I need to do that because I want to get my military rank up. The higher you get your rank, you start getting better military missions. And I can't accept hardly any military missions at the moment. But when I keep doing, I'm almost there at a point where I can start getting the good shit. Once I get the good shit, you get way more money, you get way better missions. So this is where we're going to go. We're going to boost with my main engines. Because if you look at the bottom right text, it says I'm mass locked. Okay, that's gone now. When you're mass locked, you basically can't use your frameshift drive because the gravity near you is locking the engine. The gravity basically the mass of the gravity affects your engine. Okay, so speeding up there, 7 millimeters a second, 10. Okay, it's telling me to slow down because I'm near that planet that we're at the resource site. So we'll just land here, guys. We'll turn this mission and I'll call this the end of the episode. I wanted it to be a really short one, guys. I didn't know if you'd be interested. And let me know if you're interested in seeing some more of this stuff, even if it's just boring flying around, exploring, and just grinding for for money. I'll do some fighting if possible. If often on missions, enemy ships will be sent after you. Normally, I try and avoid them. They have got weapons that can drag you out of hyperspace, so often you can avoid that if possible. It takes a bit of skill, but I can submit to that and fight them for you guys because I'm a pretty powerful ship. Apart from the ship I engaged last time was just as good as mine, if not better. It was not as big, but I think it was more suited for combat than mine, so it had bigger weapon. The weapon mounts, I've got the smallest weapon mounts available for the lasers. I think the Diamondback's got bigger ones. I think it might even have large, and if it does, they're considerably more powerful. It only had 2 lasers, I think, or 2 weapon mounts. I've got 6, but he kicked my ass once he started firing on me. My shields went down pretty well. I mean, maybe I should get some 5A shield, yeah, I've got 6 C shields. I should get 6A maybe, but they're so expensive, and I'm trying to get the big ship and then upgrade that more than anything, because I've already spent 35-ish million on this ship. It's been destroyed 3 times, so it's cost me about 5.2 million to rebuy the ship those 3 times in total. Like 1.8 million per rebuy. I think I've been destroyed 3, maybe 4 times. some by actual players and some by NPCs. So here's another planet. We sail the orbits of things. I mean, look at that star's a long way away, but that's B. That's the second star. This is a binary star system. So over there is all the planets that orbit that star, and then over here is we're in the orbit of this star. And it's quite amazing how this game works. There's unidentified signal sources that you can find and scan. This game is huge, guys. It's 500, well, about 400 billion star systems, most of them with planets that you can land on, you can mine asteroids, you can do military missions, you can attack people, you can be an assassin, you can be a bounty hunter, you can be a pirate, you can be a miner, you can just do missions, you can join military, just anything. You can be an explorer. Oh, you can do so many things, land on planets and drive around. Oh, it's fantastic. Although I've took my S3 unit out because I needed the space for a few things, but once I've got the big ship, you know, I'm gonna make sure I've got the SUVs so I can land on planets and drive around, because it is quite fun. I've only done it a handful of times, but there are missions where you need to land on a planet, get in your little buggy and drive around, find a base and disable power generators with your scanners and your weapons and stuff. It's pretty interesting stuff. So I'm below 1,000 kilometers a second, which means I can drop out a frame shift. Ooh, I nearly missed it then. See it zooming by and then I dropped out in time. When you drop out within the designated area, it drops you out about 8 or 9 kilometers away. You have to be within about 6.5 kilometers, 7 kilometers to request docking for it to be accepted. Now this is a smaller station. This is the one that only has like 4 docking ports. Now I've got auto docking computer on, so I'm slowing down right now and my computer takes over, which I don't mind. Now I've got quite a big ship, but it's classed as a medium ship. If I had one of the bigger ships like the Anaconda, I couldn't actually dock at the station unless it's got a big docking port, and it might have one maybe, but some places don't have them, so you can't actually dock at those areas, which means you can't complete the mission. So my ship actually is just rotating around for me. There we go, it's going to land itself, which is great. I mean, all these views. I mean, like, yeah, you have to put your landing gear down, your wheels to land, and even it does it for you. So I'm heading down vertically at the station. You can see from the cockpit view. My ship will correct itself in a minute. And landing is not that easy to get hold of. It's quite tough when you first, even when you're accomplished, it still takes some skill to, especially the big rotating stations. You gotta rotate your ship to match the entrance, make sure your speed's not too fast, don't bang into things, don't destroy shit, don't do anything in there. Constantly rotate your ship. You gotta land directly on the dot. There's a dot, a little scanner that comes up. You gotta land your ship directly on the dot. Your ship's got to be facing the right way, or else it won't let you dock. It's fantastic the amount of detail in this game. Okay, so we can finally turn this mission in. And there we go. So, okay, so my rotation with this particular faction, which is Forces Lopot, is neutral. There's many factions in each system that control things, and the more bounties and missions you do for them, the higher your reputation goes. Once you reach a max of them, you get the best missions and all sorts of benefits. Now through these missions here, look, there's different factions, different missions. The one with the little signal there means it's part of the Federation, and if you do missions, you can you don't just get your faction reputation, you get your Federation reputation. Okay, so there's nothing here I want to do really. I mean, the assassinate stuff would be cool, but I don't know how tough these guys are going to be. I need to be in a star system at a certain time. They're not easy. I need an FSD interdictor, which will drag my targets out of super cruise. I need to scan the nav beacon to help me locate the target, and the nav beacons are tiny little beacons, no more than a few meters across, that normally orbit the stars. It's amazing. You go to Navi, you can use a scanner to scan the data. You collect the data. It tells you whereabouts in the system he is. You go into Super Cruise, you track him. You're following him. You drag him out with the FDS indictor. Sorry. And once he's dragged out of Super Cruise, you attack him and destroy him. And it's an interesting mission, but I much prefer the simpler stuff at the moment. I got to admit. Don't get many credits for that, but I don't know. I try and take stuff that's like at least a couple 100,000 credits, you know. So disable the settlement power grid. That's where you'll need to land on a planet, drive around in SUV, scan things, and it's got turret. The bases have normally got defense turrets and all sorts of things. So I might take that. No, there's no point taking that because who's it for? Prospect, John Peterson. No, it's for the Mafia. Oh shit! So I increase the reputation with the Mafia. No thanks. I always want to be a good guy. I mean, you can you can sort the missions out for legal, illegal, combat, transport, aid. Okay. I usually have all one. Well, sometimes I put it to legal. So there's no. Yeah, so it's a small space station. They don't have shipyard or don't have anything to refit your ship. So that's odd. Passenger lounge. That you can be a taxi driver. You can buy a big hauler ship, and I mean look at this, 1.8 million. Basically, you need to install the certain ships that are passenger ships, and then you install cabins. You can have professional cabins, luxury, business class, economy, and that outfit to it and take on all passengers. But if they're criminals, the star systems and things will shoot at you. But I mean, look at. I mean, I wish I could be bothered to buy one of those big transports and fit it out because look at this, 16 million. Holy fuck. I should be doing this stuff. God damn it. Well, no, I can't do it. I want to try to look at it though. I've never seen. I don't know if I can fit cabins to my ship. I probably can. It's big enough, but I don't know if you need a certain type of actual ship, which you might need. But anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there. I just wanted to show you. Now, the Universal Cartographers, this is the page that these are the systems that I've gone to and I've not been to before, and I've used my scanner and I've scanned everything. It shows you the price of certain planets, cluster belts, the type of stars, the information they'll pay for this. You've got to be at least 20 light years away, so the ones that are red means they're within a 20 light year jump range of this system. The others are not, but normally I'll just get 5 or 6 jumps unknown and then sell it. But I'm going to save up and do 20 million's worth in one go, so I'll be surprised when I get all the stuff. So I've got bounties here to turn in. But I need to turn 100 grand into the engineer so I can get his awesome shit on my ship, which will be cool. Galnet, I'll show you this, is the new system. There's all sorts of things. This is a power play update. Power play is something that I've not really done yet, so there's reports on different galactic powers expanding, conflict reports. It's big. It's a big game. A lot goes into it. So the power play, guys. Let me show you this. So in the navigation area, there's at the bottom is the galactic powers. Now, like I said, I joined Felicia Winters. So if we look at the power standing, she was 4th and she's still 4th. I have my lie to her. There's the most powerful is an Alliance member. Then there's the Vol sisters. These are direct descendants of the original Empire from the original game. So he's from Federation, but he's trying to take control of. So she has. If we go and look, she controls. What does she control? So she's exploiting 718 star systems. She's 69 are controlled. Total command capital 524. So these are all different things, and you can do things for this faction that look rank 1, rank 2. But I haven't really. I mean, weekly 5,000 credits, 5 million credits, 50 million credits weekly bonus. I really need to invest in this, but I'm trying to get a decent ship. Well, I've got a decent ship, but I just want an amazing ship, because all these things here, look, these are preparation missions. You prepare these missions to be basically overtaken. You basically deliver. You deliver things, propaganda basically. And it's been, I've done a few things. It's been a while since I've done anything. So these are systems to expand into, but she's not expanded into anything. These are star systems that are ripe for taking control of. So she's cancelled some because I'm guessing, yeah, whoever is fighting it, who is it? I'm not quite sure who the red dude is. But basically, they've been fortifying it, and we've had to cancel our plans to take control. A lot of people in my faction don't seem to engage in any of this, so she's fortifying a lot of systems, she's controlled a lot of systems. And then her stats. So, exploited systems 936. Shows you the different benefits of or downfalls of each system. And I'm gonna really invest in getting her more powerful and getting me better resources from her, because so I've got 3 merits carried over from last week, but I don't know what to do with these merits. I don't know how you collect them, if you do collect them, or they just... I need to get to rank 2. I don't know how to do that. But anyway. I know that I need to pick up. Basically what I need to do is go to a system controlled by her, and I can pick up. I can go into this sector, into the one. There's a new option opens up, and I can go and pick up pamphlets and propaganda and deliver them to other systems that need delivering to. And that's how I need to start. But I'm not going to do this just yet. I want to get a bigger ship, something big and powerful. That basically, if anyone fucks with me, chances of them being destroyed are pretty slim. But there's a lot in this game, guys. There's a hell of a lot in this game. I mean, all the effort that goes into all this. I mean, look at all this here. Look, weekly reports, security reports, things about aliens, expansions, Federation versus Empire, current status, financial status, conflict reports, economic reports, health reports. I mean, outbreaks of diseases, and just all sorts of things. It's fantastic. And this is a game I highly recommend for people. And again, is it something you guys would want me to play? I mean, I'm not sure, because it can seem pretty boring, but it's very therapeutic. Even when you're just flying around, jumping from star system to star system, delivering missions and delivering things, and it's just really soothing and fascinating just to take control of a ship and fly and look at the beautiful stars and planets and dock at space stations and have the odd fight or go to war or whatever it might be. It's really, really great, guys. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed it. Again, let me know if it's something you'd like to see more of. But I'm going to put this episode up as a singular episode and see how you get on. Thank you, and I hope everyone has a great Sunday. So cheers.